So we got through day 34 of accepting every order on DoorDash. This per offer, not by time. And I did lose a completion point. That was one of the things on the challenge, that I could drop an order for a much better order. Anyways, we'll get into that as we go. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the orders now. Anyways, so we did start our day yesterday at 12:20 p.m. At a decently late start again. Wasn't exactly wanting to leave that late, but had some things come up that I had to deal with, like getting my car payment figured out. And the support people were just ridiculous. I don't even want to go into it too much. But anyways, I did get it paid at least, so I still have a car. Anyways, we saw this first order. It was at Safeway. It was on Instacart, though. $19.35, only 1.2 miles, 9 items. But I was still a long ways away from the store. And so that 1.2 miles would have been more like 15 miles. Still technically would have been worth it, as I would have been going into the zone I wanted to go into, but I was really hoping to see an order around where I was at, like I do here. Not as good. I should have just done the order that I got on Instacart. We'll explain. This first order at Burger King, 7 miles for $8.25. Not too bad at all, actually, because I was going that way anyways, and it only became like, a couple miles, or like 3 miles or so from the store, and it became, let's see here, $8.25, $2.50 base pay, $5.75 customer tip. Took 26 minutes, so not the greatest, but not the worst. But I was curious because this customer did have delivery instructions that said, make sure to leave at the gate, don't deliver to my door, don't open the gate, etc. And the picture actually showed it being at her house, not at the gate. So I messaged her because I was curious. On the way, I'm curious how often Dashers actually read your delivery instructions to leave it at the gate, because every picture DoorDash has shown me of your location of where they drop the order always is at your door and not at the gate. And they said, not very often they don't, and I wish they did. We have an older dog who's very protective of the house, which is why we have it set outside the gate. Another thing, too, they had beware of the dog signs all over their gate. Luckily, at least I'm hoping that none of the Dashers got attacked or anything. Anyways, I have been attacked by a couple dogs, but that's why I'm always cautious, because it can happen out there. Anyways, 6.8 miles for $9.25 at Burger King. And I do want to state that if you get attacked by a dog on delivery, even if they have, and this is for the customer too, even if you have like beware of dog signs and you put in the delivery instructions, don't go through the gate, etc., your delivery driver can still sue you, which is just craziness in my opinion. But yeah, be cautious of that, because I've actually had someone I know, they had an Amazon driver get attacked by their dog, and they're being sued right now because of it, even though, it's just dog being protective and etc. I got attacked, and I wasn't about to try to sue or put the dog down, because in my opinion, I understand that dogs can be protective, and it's just the dog just trying to, protect their family, and they're worried that their family is going to be hurt or whatnot. I do understand, owners should be making sure to, put their dog away or put them in a kennel or etc. when a driver comes, and when they know that they're coming, make sure that the dog, especially if it's protective, is, either chained up or, put away, etc. That's always a good idea. But anyways, let's go on. We did get this next order, $9.25, 6.8 miles at Burger King. Not amazing, especially since it was going back to Rochester. Not exactly where I wanted to go, but pretty good. It was still $9. At least it wasn't like $2 or something. I was, decently happy to see that. I was actually wanting to just stay in the area, and sometimes I like to just drive, even if it's not like super high pay or anything, as long as I'm earning a few dollars here and there. Sometimes I just like to be in this area. Not always, but most of the time not. But occasionally it's just like, I kind of like just hanging out here. We got a $4.25 base pay on it, $5 customer tips. It took 53 minutes, or between the two orders, it took 53 minutes. We're pretty much right at minimum wage. But then I was like, yeah, let's just hang out in this area, hopefully get another order. No orders were coming in. I really probably should have just went to the zone immediately, but I was curious. I was like, let's just test this. Let's see if they put me right back to $20 an hour eventually. And I sat there and I waited, and it was like 8. We got a screen capture of just sitting there, nothing. And that was like 40 minutes of sitting and waiting. And so it was like 2 hours in from when I first initially turned on DoorDash, and we were still at only like $18, but it could have been worse. Anyways, so we did finally see our next order at 2:52. That's even longer than I was expecting, because yeah, we started at 1 o'clock. Is that what I originally? Yeah. So no, actually we got the app on at 12:20. We just didn't get our first order until 1, but we'll say 1 o'clock. So we didn't get another order until pretty much 3 o'clock. That's, 2 hours later. Well, not 2 hours later, but still, we didn't see an order for quite a while. And we were in 2 hours in. Was that 2 hours in? But technically 12:20. I don't know. Let's just go on. Next order, $27, 15.7 miles, Pizza Hut. This was me right back at $20 an hour like I was thinking it was going to. Not the best order in the world because it had a decent amount of mileage, but it was pretty good. I was actually happy to see that in some ways from not seeing anything. We dropped that off, and it was $7 base pay, $20 customer tip. The tip on that was actually really good. The base pay was just kind of okay. Could have been worse, though. They could have just hit me with a $2 base pay. But they're pretty much keeping me right at $20 an hour or a little bit more. But at least they're keeping me there. It could have been worse, and I could have got no orders, and I could have just been sitting at $17 for, 3 or 4 hours. Anyways, we got this next order that was decent enough. $1.65 for 9.9 miles. It is $2 a mile. It is 2 stores, though, but it was at Homestown and Pizza Hut, which they were right next to each other, so not too bad. We did get that dropped off, and we made $21.65, $4.25 base pay, $13.40 customer tip on the Pizza Hut order, which was really dang good in my opinion, or pretty good for being decently close to the store, and $4 tip on the Hometown restaurant. And the Pizza Hut customer was just like super nice and super appreciative of getting his order. And he was, I love customers like that, even if he didn't tip anything, like if a customer tips nothing and they're just super appreciative, just super nice, that's almost like a tip in itself. And then he tipped pretty dang good on top of it all. So it was a good order in my opinion. Anyways, we got the next order. Not the greatest, $7.50 for 7.2 miles, but at least it was $1 a mile, which makes it better. And not super. Oh no, it was on the freeway line, like perfectly on the freeway line, which makes it pretty good because if it's on the freeway line, it's only like a 7-minute drive as long as there's not a bunch of traffic. If it's away from the freeway line, going out in the middle of nowhere, it can become 15 minutes or even 20 minutes, depending. Anyways, we did get that order drop, $7.50 for that offer, $2 base pay, $5.50 customer tip. And then we did see a few Instacarts here, but one of them was decent enough, but I wasn't in Chehalis. I might have taken it. $5.52 for the one, 12 items and 16.1 miles. And there was a couple other ones that this one I didn't want to do because it was just decently low pay. This one I didn't want to do because I was away from there. Plus, it's low. It's not even $1 a mile on there. But this one I probably should have done. Thinking DoorDash was going to keep up and keep giving me good orders. Anyways, we got the next order on DoorDash, which $14.50. Oh, shoppers get paid more. Yeah, whatever. 7.2 miles. It technically was $2 a mile, which the mileage isn't bad, but it was 17 unique items and 19 items unique overall. No, if they were easy to get items, it would have been fine, and if everything was in stock, it would have been fine. But no, like, and then I also got an Instacart that popped up that was pretty good on top of it all. So yeah, I tried to get this one done, but it was just, yeah, the Instacart popped up and I'm like, I'm grabbing that. And I'm like, let's see if we can shop this quickly. It's only a mile away. Maybe we can do this. And it was like, I'm going to grab the items. I grab the first item and then I go to grab the second one, not in stock. Go to grab the third one, not in stock. Go to grab the fourth one, not in stock. And then on top of that, there was no replacement choices. So every single one I have to message the customer on, and then I would have had to call them. And it was just, yeah, I finally dropped an order. On this whole challenge of 34 days up to this point, I didn't drop a single order, not even that one that took forever at what place was that again? Tractor Supply. But yeah, that one was paying a good amount more. But yeah, I just was like, well, let's just make our $38 from Instacart, drop this one. And I did say that at the beginning of the challenge, if there was a much better order on Instacart or Uber Eats, I have the right to drop an order as long as I don't go under, platinum or whatnot. But I'm not going to be turning down really good pay if, especially if there's a bad order on DoorDash. So I did drop it. I kind of felt like maybe I shouldn't have, but 1 point, just one drop. And yeah, you've been unassigned from this order. I did get hit with a 1% drop. So now my completion rate is at 99%. Anyways, so I think that was the initial order that it would have been $35.76. Take it and finish it. And it actually turned out being like $39, which did take me, I think it took me like an hour and 10 minutes total because there was some decent amount of complications. I don't know why, but it seems like every time that customer orders, there's something that just some kind of random item that's just kind of blah, but usually she's really nice, but this time it seemed like she was like super frustrated at me. It was really weird. I think the main thing is Instacart doubled it up with another order and she's actually super close. But then the other customer that they had me deliver to first was a decent amount further away. And then I had to come back and deliver to her. So it took even longer. And I don't think she was happy about that. But, I explained to her how it works and whatnot. I even messaged her because I didn't realize I didn't explain that I can't switch. I can't just deliver to her and then deliver to the other one. On Instacart, you have to deliver an order. The only way out of that is calling Instacart. And if you call Instacart, it takes forever to try to get things switched over. So it would have even taken longer if I would have done that. Because that is the only way you can not follow Instacart's route is if you call support. And yeah, it's a real big pain in the butt to do so. Anyways, I decided I'd get some food because I was decently hungry and that last order kind of frustrated me. And I also kind of felt bad because I don't like making my customers not happy with me. I still got the full tip though, which was awesome. And I do appreciate that customer. And hopefully next time I don't, frustrate her or not make, I can't even speak here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just, I like to make my customer happy. And when they're not, it's just kind of, especially when they tip well, it's just kind of hard on me. And I just wish I could have done better. Even though I worked my butt off to make sure that I got all the replacements. I didn't just refund. I tried to make sure that she got whatever she needed. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, we got Wendy's offers just suck now. Like I should almost make a video on this. They used to be really good and I used to love coming to Wendy's all the time because they'd have like, you get $1 crispy chicken sandwich. Now it's get $1 off. Lame. And then you get $1 off a soft drink. Getting $1 soda. They do have the $2 off premium combo, right? And then $4 off $20 or more, but still. Not happy. And I did have some free rewards though, which I was happy about the rewards. So I did get free Frosty, got some chicken nuggets for $1.50, got a hamburger for $1.50. Ended up being with like I think I paid for some kind of addition on the hamburger. I think it was like $3.71 or something. But it was good, decent enough, especially when I'm like hungry and I just want to hurry up and eat something. Anyways, we got the next order, $5, 10.2 miles. 2 orders, 7 items. This was actually pretty good. I was happy to see this right at $25 an hour or a little bit more. I don't remember exactly how long it took. I guess we'll find out. We did get this extra order added on that was not a good order. 6 items for $2.75. Really no additional feet though on it. It was right next to the store, so yeah, that makes it kind of all right. But the customer messaged me, and like I didn't get the screenshots or anything, and he's like, "Can you go with all substitutes?" And I'm like, prefer not. That affects my ratings. And he's like, "Okay, I'll just cancel the order then." And I was like, "Well, maybe you can call support and have them switch the items." And I feel bad doing that, but like seriously, I guess like he could only order it if he put the substitutes in. I think it's because he didn't have like either two things I'm thinking. Either one, he didn't have enough money on his card, so what he did was he put smaller priced items on the order, and then he wanted me to go with substitutes. They were more expensive, so technically it would still decline, but he would still get his items no matter what, and then he would just have to pay DoorDash later or something like that. Or the other thing that could have been is, what was the other thing? He had to spend like the other thing that I'm thinking it could have been is he had to spend a certain amount to get free delivery. And so he just put some higher priced items on the order to make sure it was over $25 to make sure to get free Safeway delivery, or at least not get the fee, the extra fee, and, use his Dash Pass. And then, to get it, he wanted me to do substitutes, which the substitutes would have been lower prices, but then he'd still get free delivery because of the substitute changes. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking that could be the case. Anyways, so we did a few more orders here, 17.6 miles for 8 items and $6.42 for 3.4 items, or 4 miles and 4 items. But I was still delivering up to Grand Mound or Rochester area, and I didn't want to take those at the time. But anyways, so this order dropped off. It's $25 offer, $9.50 base pay, $10 customer tip on the one, and $5.50 customer tip on the other one. $10 tip was pretty dang good in my opinion, because it was the close one. It was just right in Centralia. So she, that was, but it did have like, a water on it, but it was only like 2 items. That was it on the order. So the tip was just really freaking good on that one. And the other one was pretty good too, $5.50, only a few items. It was a decent amount of mileage, but not bad, especially combined. It only took me 49 minutes to make that $25. Pretty happy about that one. Anyways, we did see the other orders come up, and I was thinking of going down to Safeway and making that $18, because I would have just picked it up from Centralia and then delivered right to my house, or where I live pretty much. It's pretty much a neighbor, and I kind of wanted to do that just because I always like to meet my neighbors and whatnot, and also just to deliver because it's right next to where I'm going. But it would have been an extra 12 miles on top of the 17. So it would have made it like 29 miles to 30 miles total, because I would have had to go 6 miles down to the store from where I was at, 6 miles back up, making it 12 miles in the initial $17 or 17 miles. So I just didn't want to do that. And I did see an Uber Eats pop up that I was hoping that would get close to that. It didn't. I think it got up to like $9 max, and it was a close delivery, which I almost did it. It was like 4 miles or something, but I was like, let's try to get 12, and then it's close to the 18. But it didn't even get up to there, and so I didn't take it. But then I saw this order that was pretty good, and I totally should have taken it, but I was decently close to home already, and I was like, I just want to go home. It would take me, more money than this to want to keep going, so I didn't do it. But it was $30 for 2 deliveries at Taco Bell. It was 14.4 miles, but it was a decent amount. I have to go back to the store. So, at Taco Bell. So it was a pretty good order. It was $30, and it could have been extra tips on top of it for grabbing it. But at the same time, I was tired, just wanted to go home, get some sleep, and hopefully get up and going earlier. But it's already, what time is it right now? It's 10:34 right now. I had to do some stuff before, and yeah. So we're not going to work yet. Hopefully get to work soon. But anyways, we're there. I did make that $1.38 the customer dropping, so I at least got half pay on that. But yeah, I kind of feel bad about that, but at the same time, I just got my Pro Shopper back, and if I would have had to substitute all those items, I would have lost my Pro Shopper right then and there. So I was like, I really don't want to, switch all of them over to substitutes. Anyways, we did get $3 from DoorDash yesterday. We also got, and dang it, really? I don't know why I did it that way. And then we also got $10.15, $30 tips with $9.12 base pay. The one order that, that I had to deliver that was further away from the first customer, the tip was only $2.25. But still, she was nice, and I made sure that I tell her that I appreciated it, because I did appreciate the order either way, even though I know she doesn't tip like pretty much anything ever, but still, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to make people happy. I like to make money, and it's not everything though, like I do got to pay my bills, but in my opinion, making people happy and, is more important to me than sometimes, especially if I get appreciation back, which she was really nice. And, that matters to me more than money a lot of times. Don't get me wrong. Money matters a lot, but still. Anyways, we made $39.18. And in total, about 6.5 hours, we made about a little over $21 an hour. That's including, time waiting and everything. But I don't know, maybe even, I guess I kind of made more if you consider all the time that I spent sitting and waiting to see if I was going to get an order. But still, it does put me at $20 an hour, which could have been a lot worse. But I did see those big orders come in, or at least the $27 order that I thought was going to come in. I was like, I bet you anything, if I keep sitting here, eventually I'm going to get an order that's decent size to make sure I'm keeping up with, the balance of what everybody else is making out there. Anyways, so I am 1% on Uber Eats now. And, I was up to like 12% at one point, but I don't know. Eventually, I kind of want to get it up there. I might do a challenge to get my Uber Eats up there, but I'm not worried about it, at least not yet. But anyways, on DoorDash, now at 99% acceptance rate, 99% completion rate, 93% on time or early, customer rating at 5 stars, 408 deliveries in the last 30 days, and 14,067 lifetime deliveries. And we also have 0 ratings excluded, which is like a perfect 5-star. And then this is our Pro Shopper right now. We got our 94 original items found, total items found 99%, substitution issues 0, items with quality issues 0, items that were wrong or missing 0, and lifetime shopping orders is at 5,476. So we did keep our Pro Shopper at least for another day. And yeah, that's one of the things that is a bad thing for DoorDash, in my opinion, if they have this whole Pro Shopper thing, is, instead of, trying to find substitutes or refunding items or etc., what's going to happen, at least occasionally, is the shopper is just going to drop the order. Because seriously, if they have to keep up with numbers, they're not going to want to refund or try to keep going through an order that's just going to cause them to go under Pro Shopper. Most of the time, I don't worry about it unless it's, like that. That was like, seriously, I just did not want to do that. I probably would have called support and then seen if I could have safeguarded my account, or if there's a way to do it without ruining my stats, because that would have been 7 substitutes all right there. And that would have dropped me from 94%, because that's original items found, is I need to keep it 92%, would have dropped it 7%, or around there, depending on if there were refunds or not. But I don't think so. It's all substitutes. but it would have dropped me, down under 90% just from that one order. Anyways, 39.15. I already showed that off, and we already showed earnings off. Anyways, we're at 1,450 total mileage. The car now. Man, I really need to dust that off. It's gonna be it for this video. I shouldn't have went on so long. I need to hurry up and get to work and at least make something today. Bye for now, guys.